Dolphins fans, what's up? Welcome to it. It's going to be a game. The New England Patriots against the Miami Dolphins for our Week 18 matchup. This is the end of the season. This is the end of it. It's over after this. And then everything's going to start happening pretty quick. So oddly enough, I'm looking at this last week of the season, this last game, kind of as a break, a little bit of a calm before the storm, because regardless of the outcome of this game, we're going to see a lot of changes happening here very quickly and in succession for the Miami Dolphins starting as soon as the season ends. I'm almost positive of it. I'd bet a Buffalo nickel with you about it. So here we go. I mean, I think we're about 10 minutes away from kickoff, 6 minutes, something like that. I'm not really concerned about the outcome of this football game that we're about to watch. And I don't know if anybody else is feeling the same way as I am about it. I'm more interested in just watching the players, seeing how they play, what they do, how they respond to this end of the season thing and this opportunity to play spoiler to the New England Patriots. As things have unfolded thus far, the New England Patriots still could finish in the third position in the AFC. The 1 seed and 2 seed is not guaranteed. Jacksonville they beat the bricks off the Tennessee Titans, and now all we're looking at is how this Patriot game goes and how the Broncos game goes. And depending on the results of those two games, if the Broncos lose to the Chargers and the Patriots lose to the Dolphins, the Jacksonville Jaguars will wind up with the number 1 seed in the AFC, which is crazy to think about considering a year ago they were one of the worst teams in the NFL. So kudos to the Jacksonville Jaguars finishing their season strong, winning the games they needed to win, and they could very well end up with the number 1 seed. And as the Miami Dolphins, that's what they've got to be thinking they want to do, right? They want to help gift that number 1 seed to the Jacksonville Jaguars, and their part in that would be beating the New England Patriots here. Do I think it's going to happen? Probably not. Do I want it to happen? Absolutely. I would love it. I would love the opportunity for the Dolphins to play a small version of spoiler against this New England Patriots team. The Dolphins have nothing to play for. Their season is over. So what do you look for? You don't look for the win, really. I mean, you hope for a win. That'd be fun. But I'm more looking for I'm I'm more looking forward to the player development here. That's what I want to see. I'm looking for matchups and how they play against this team. It's going to be good to see. It'll give us a direction, right? And we've seen a couple things and some flashes in the pan from some of these younger players. Enough for me to say, well, I would like to keep some of these guys, some of these younger guys, definitely. But beyond that, this could end up being a scorched earth policy for the Miami Dolphins going into the offseason. So who knows? We'll see. Elwood, thanks for coming in, dude. Appreciate it. Welcome to it, man. All you other people that are here, thank you for coming in. I appreciate you all. Make sure hit that like button. It helps me out a bunch. I'm a little YouTuber. Well, physically I'm not little, but as far as YouTube world goes, I'm small. So help me out. Share the channel, throw the likes down, comment, let me know you're here. If you think I'm stupid, tell me I'm stupid. If you like me, tell me you like what I'm saying. Whatever, do what you got to do. Just be active, comment, subscribe if you're new. That's the stuff that helps. So thank you in advance for all of that. We still got a few minutes here before the game starts. It's 30 degrees in New England. Looking at, they had some light flurries this morning. I don't think there's much snow on the field. If there is, it's not going to be anything that's going to really affect much, I don't think. So 30 degrees is a cold game. Quinn Ewers has not played a cold game for the Miami Dolphins yet, an actual cold game. So this will be interesting for him, being a Texas player. So we'll see how it ends up going. I can tell you one thing. It's not 51 degrees below zero in New England like it is here in North Pole, Alaska. I'm still suffering greatly because of this cold weather. I hate it. And this is the time of the year where I'm like, why am I living in Alaska? Like, why am I here? And then summer comes along and I remember why. But for the winter, man, these winters sometimes they really suck. It's not the snow, it's the cold that gets us. So looking at the matchup predictor for the ESPN analytics, the Miami Dolphins have a 19.8% chance to win this game. New England at 80.1, give or take a tenth of a percent. So obviously, I mean, and the ESPN analytics is very accurate as far as predicting games goes. So I'm not like dismissing this completely. I recognize that this is a game that the Patriots should win. But I want a different result. So that's what I'll be rooting for. Kosa, what's up, dude? Thanks for coming in, man. Appreciate it. Strong with the emoji game. Love it. Just as a reminder, Devon Achane is listed as out for this game. Jalen Waddle is out for this game. Jordan Brooks is going to be playing, so that's good. I know I'll be in Mexico soon. I'm so excited. 3 more days. Maybe 4. I can't remember. It's late Wednesday evening. Wednesday night is when I'm leaving. So 3 or 4 days. Whatever. I'm packed. All my stuff is sitting right behind me on the chair, ready to go. I'm ready to go, man. I got my stuff packed. I've even got the clothes that I'm gonna wear on the plane picked out. Like I'm ready. So exciting. Yep, Achane's out. Jalen Waddle's out. It like I said, this is an evaluation game. It's good. It's good in the fact that we get to see what this is going to look like when Ollie Gordon and Jalen Wright are our running backs. We can see. We'll be able to see that today. So that's a good thing for us. Can't really be upset too much about it. It's the last game of the season. And even if Achane was able to go, do you really want to risk it and risk a long-term injury just because, you want to play spoiler? I'm okay with him being out. I mean, I'd like to see him play, obviously. But it's a good evaluation thing, so I will not. I've been there before. My wife works for a business that when she does well, she earns a free trip to Mexico for a big company style thing down there, all inclusive, resort, everything like that. So she wanted again this year, and we always go together. So it's good. We don't drink the water. If it's not in a sealed bottle, we aren't drinking it. That's legit. I don't think we can get 10th. I thought 11th was the highest we could get. Of course, the Browns did win. I think that does help us. I'm not sure. I'll have to look at that in a second. I'll pull up the scenarios and we'll see what it ends up looking like here in a little bit. But right now we're about to have a kickoff. I'm a little bit behind most of you probably. So kickoff is just now starting right now for me. And they're going to run it out here up to the 30-yard line. Dolphins hitting hard already. That's a good sign. See that they're not just, going to fold over. I want to see that continue throughout the game. Hard hits. No snow on the field, so that's good. But it is 30 degrees, so cold day in New England, but could be a lot colder for sure. Now they gotta make sure that they tackle. That's the big thing here. And if they don't do that, it's going to be a long night. And it could be a tank situation where we get as low as we can. I don't think the players are trying to lose. That's for sure. So, yeah, I'm pirating as well, Costa. I'm pirating this game, so I'm a little bit behind, but no biggie. No biggie. Yeah, it is. Yes, it is. I just saw it. I'm seeing it right now. I'm seeing it happen. 56-yard rush for the Patriots. Ugh. Defense can't be tackling like that. That's what I was just saying a minute ago. They got to tackle better than that. Holy cow. That was horrible. Trevion Henderson running hard. They haven't even passed yet. Just 2 run plays. And probably, I mean, if they're smart, they'll run the ball again. Yep, there it is. 3 run plays in a row and a touchdown for the Patriots. Looking like the Patriots. Not a good start for Miami. Elwood, I mean, you can do a lot of things. I use it's an app on my Galaxy on my Android. You can use it only for Android. It's not for iPhone. But if you have an Android, you can use Dofu Sports, DOFU SPORTS. It's an app, and you can watch any sporting event, anytime, anywhere. And it works very well. I watch baseball with it, basketball, football, hockey, fights, all kinds of stuff. So Patriots up 7-0 with 13 minutes and 14 seconds left in the game, or in the first quarter. So not a good start. That was way too easy for them. I agree. Way too easy. My goodness. Not good. Not a good start. Now, you know that the Patriots weren't going to be held scoreless during this game, right? So all you can hope for is a competitive spirit, and Miami gets into this and makes a game out of it. They're going to have to score points. We knew that coming in. Yeah, Elwood, Dofu Sports. If you have an Android cell phone, go look it up for sure. You could also get a Amazon Fire Stick or whatever they are, the Fire Sticks. You can get one jailbroken. A lot of people do that, and that's definitely a reliable way to do it if you want to watch on your TV. The Dofu app works on phones and tablets, but only Android. I figured that out. So or Stevenson has 65 rushing yards on 2 carries, and Henderson has the touchdown on a carry for 5 yards. Already, after 1 possession, the Dolphins have given up 70 yards rushing. Can't make this stuff up. Jordan Brooks had a tackle there, so he's already got 1. He's trying to get as many tackles as he can. He really wants to maintain that lead for the NFL for tackles throughout the season. So right now he's number 1. He wants to stay there. Man, not a good start. How do we do this? How are we? Oh, it's frustrating. You don't want the game to start like that. It's an immediate kick to the nuts, right? But like I said, the Patriots are playing for something. They're going to be playing hard in this game, and the Dolphins have got to answer. It's just that simple. They've got to answer. Most definitely. And the thing about it is he deserves it. He deserves to get paid. He's been really good for us. Oh boy. Kickoff is going to be nailed in the end zone. Dolphins wearing their all white unis. That's kind of nice. I like their all white unis. I think they look good. I just wish we didn't have the new school emblem. I don't like it. I like the classic emblem. I wish we would just go back to classic jerseys. I think that would help us out a lot with the whole winning thing. Needs to happen. All right. Quinn Ewers comes out. Ball's on the 35-yard line. Ewers fakes the toss and scrambles left. He's going to run it. Good run by Ewers. Gets 9 yards on the carry. Gator, what's up, dude? How you doing, man? That'll bring up 2nd and 1 for Miami in this 7-0 ball game here. Miami's first possession. First play from scrimmage, 9-yard rush for Quinn Ewers. I like to see that. I'm happy that he's able to make these runs occasionally. I mean, you don't expect your quarterback to run all the time, but you want it. Little flare pass to Jalen Wright for 5 yards. First down, Miami. Mike McDaniel on the sideline looking like the Unabomber. Jeez. Man. This guy. Why is he wearing sunglasses? Good Lord. Okay. Anyway, I digress. I'm sorry. No gain on 1st and 10 for Jalen Wright. Maybe 1 yard max, if that. I like the fact that they're running the ball. That's good. You got to run the ball. And if you want to have success, especially against the Patriots, you've got to hold them honest. You got to get those runs in. Even if they don't get you a lot of yards, you still got to run it. He's a first-class clown. He's just goofy looking, you know. I'm not trying to pick on him. It just makes me giggle every time I see him on the sideline. Sometimes with the way he's dresses and stuff, it cracks me up. Oh, nice little flip to Dulcich there for 3 or 4 yards. That was quick, man. That was a one hitter. Holy cow! I'm not sure why Borum's in there and not Austin Jackson. Maybe just because they're giving Borum one last look before they cut him loose at the end of the season. That's the most likely answer I could tell you. Austin Jackson, I don't think he's hurting. I think he's okay. So I think they're just giving him some play time, which I'm not going to complain about. I want to see one more time because Borum was playing a lot better before Austin Jackson came back. So we'll see. That's a pretty good reference. Does look like Sherman. Ewers back to pass. Hands in that pocket. Nice throw. Nice throw to Weiss. That's a great pass across the middle. First down, Miami. Good job. I like seeing Theo Weiss getting involved. That's good to see. He's a big receiver. He's a go-up-and-get-it type of guy, and that's what we needed on this team. So if we can get this evaluation going for Theo like last game and this game, if he does well enough, I definitely think he's one of those players that you got to hang on to, you know. Good pass by Ewers, too. It's a 1st and 10 for Miami here. On the 28-yard line. They're going to hand the ball off. And Jalen Wright gets maybe 1 or 2 yards max. Got to keep running it. I'm not going to complain. Not going to complain about it. Yeah, they do. Weiss and Ewers definitely did some work together. You can tell throughout the season they've been working together. I saw a picture of that. Second down and 8 for Miami here. Looks like Ewers is going to be back in the shotgun. He's got right behind him. Well, that's Gordon. Flaring out left. Good pass to Dulcich. Right on the line around the first down marker. It looks like he's going to be half a yard short. It'll be 3rd and 1 for Miami. Look at that beautiful, beautiful mullet. Man, I think Ewers needs to go back to the mullet. Holy cow. And I don't know if you guys remember, and I'm not trying to blow a bunch of sunshine up Ewers' butt and say that he's the best thing we've had since Dan Marino. I'm not saying anything like that, but I am saying that when we had the draft, I was on here saying I cannot believe that he's still available in the 7th round. I was shocked. I had Ewers going in the 3rd. I didn't think we would end up getting him. So I was pleasantly pleased to see that we got him in the 7th. Hopefully that feeling continues. All right. 1st and 10, Miami. Under center for Ewers. Ball's on the 18-yard line. It's a quick pass out to Washington. Forward for 9 yards. Good, hard catch and run from Washington. Good job. I'd like to see that. I want to see more of those things for Washington. Get him the ball quick and let him try to make something happen because he's one of those players. He's very shifty. Need to see more of that. It's a Taj Washington sighting. Second down and 1 for Miami. Ball's on the 10-yard line. 9-yard line. Apologies. Wright's tackled for a big loss, 5-yard loss. They saw that coming. And Wright's not really the guy to be running outside zone. So, I mean, once again, I'm not really sure why McDaniel made that play call there. But I digress. 3rd and 8 from Miami. Ball's on the 15. There's a quick pass. That's going to be 4th down, 4th and 1 for Miami. Ugh. Not sure I like that spot. Quinn Ewers is under center. They're hurrying up to the ball. Alec Ingold's in motion out to the backfield. Quinn Ewers back to pass. Oh, I do not like this play call. He dropped it. That's a turnover on downs on goal line, pretty much 10-yard line. Turnover on downs for Miami. Oh man, Wilson should have caught that. Pass to Wilson in the end zone. Wilson dropped it. That was a good enough pass. He should have grabbed that ball. Yep, definitely. Good coverage, but Wilson should have caught that. Our resident fullback lover, Gator Fanatic, says that's when you give the ball to Ingold. Yeah, that was an awful spot on that previous play. I think that probably should have been a first down spot, and it should not have been 4th down. So, whatever. Quinn Ewers 5 of 6 for 42 yards on that drive. And the pass to Cedric Wilson in the back of the end zone, it was a good ball. That was right where it needed to be for Wilson to catch it. Just didn't come down with it. The ball was right in his hands. I don't fault Quinn Ewers for that throw. I kind of fault Cedric Wilson for not making that catch. He's got to do it. I did not like the play call from Mike McDaniel there on 4th down. Yeah, that should have been a run play. You had to have run that ball between the tackles, and that's where you let Ollie Gordon earn his money. I don't think that throwing the ball in the back of the end zone in the first quarter, first possession, was a good idea. No, me neither, dude. That's what I'm talking about. I think that was a terrible play call. But with that play call, Ewers did what he had to do to make it happen. Cedric Wilson just didn't catch it. It was good defense for sure. So Ewers did put that ball exactly where it needed to go. That's another point. That's another good point, Kosa. I think the options there, like you said, is field goal. And my other option that I would present as a legitimate option there would be to run the ball on 4th and 1. So those two things I would have been okay with. The one thing I wasn't really okay with as far as play calling goes was that play call, was the pass to the back of the end zone. That's something you would do later on in the game, right? I would be more okay with that. But first quarter, first possession for Miami, down 7-0. I think throwing the ball in the back of the end zone on 4th and 1 is stupid. They should have just tried to get the 1 yard on a run play or they should have just taken the field goal. It is what it is now. It's over now, right? Bummer, though. Yep, not what you want to see play calling wise from Miami there on that fourth down play. The rest of the play calls I wasn't too bummed about, but that last one was horrible. It's like a 5-yard carry for the Patriots on first down. Oh, they gave him 7 yards, 2nd and 3. That's interesting. Man, these refs are making me feel like my predictions on spots are bad. That possession never should have gone to fourth down in the first place. I mean, let's be real about that. But whatever, it's over, it's done. So no sense crying over spilt milk. That's true. Yep, they are. Like I said, the turnaround they've had is not luck, right? And a lot of people want to say, "Oh, they had the easiest schedule in the last 15 years in the NFL." It's true, but it doesn't mean that they don't deserve credit for what they've done. They've played the teams they've gone up against, and they're undefeated away. Like they haven't lost a game, an away game. They've only lost at home. That's an incredible stat. So the Patriots are doing things right, and they're doing it well. I don't say that because I hope it's I'm pretty well decided that I hope that he is not the head coach next year. But you say something like that, and then the Dolphins are going to dolphin, and Mike McDaniel will be back. Sonko, what's up? That was years ago. That was messed up though. I remember that. Oh man. Yeah, I've always liked Vrabel too. It's one of those things, you know. I knew they were going to be better than last year as soon as they hired Vrabel. I was like, if nothing else changes and Vrabel's the only thing that's different, they're going to be better. So, not surprised there. May's back to pass. Oh, they're getting a hold of him, but they're just not bringing him down. He rushes out for a first down and get out of bounds. Good run by May there. And the face mask too. Oof. He let go pretty quick, but definitely got a hold of the face mask there. That one you can tell that was an inadvertent face mask. He wasn't trying to get face mask, and as soon as he realized he had it, he let go. But still, there was a pull, and they didn't call it either. That's crazy. Ball's on the 39-yard line. May's back to pass. He's got a wide open receiver going down the sideline. Yep, there it is. Chisk. That'll be first down for New England. Just driving down the field. Nice, easy drive for the Patriots. Major blown coverage there. Major blown coverage on that play. And that was a flea flicker, believe it or not. Oh, just gashed. And that's another face mask, and that one's going to get thrown on that run. That was not good. This game's going to get out of hand quick. Dolphins defense needs to figure something out because right now the Patriots are doing whatever they want on defense. Whatever they want. It does. It's hard. And if you got to think that if this ends up being a big blowout, if that's what we end up having here, you got to think McDaniel's done. I know that this is the Patriots and they're a good team, but it's a division game regardless. And if it's a blowout, I can't imagine Mike McDaniel still having a job with Miami. Whether Stephen Ross fires him as soon as the season's over, or if they wait for the GM to do it, I don't see it. I don't see it him staying. Patriots are on the tip of the cup, second down and goal. And at this point, you got to think they can do whatever they want. So there it is. Stevenson in for the touchdown. Stevenson and Henderson now both with rushing touchdowns for the Patriots. They're doing it on the ground, and that's unacceptable. So kudos to the Patriots. I mean, they're doing exactly what they want to do on offense, and until they get any kind of pressure or get stopped, they're going to continue doing this. So, dude, if they get up by a certain amount, you're right. They're going to pull him out. They're going to pull May out for sure. Almost got a hold of that field goal or that extra point, but 14-0 Miami is losing to the New England Patriots. Oh boy, this is going to be a long stream. Don't worry, I'm still going to have fun. I still enjoy doing this, even if we're going to lose like this. It just means that we're going to have an interesting off season, a very interesting off season. At least I hope. I want lots of changes. And I was talking to the 305 Gridiron guys in our group chat today. Actually, we're still talking right now. We were talking about GMs, and I mentioned something. I said that if Champ Kelly ends up being promoted to our permanent general manager from interim, I said the only way I'd be okay with that is if Champ Kelly goes scorched earth on this team. And I'm not saying fire every single person, keep the young guys, but other than that, get them gone, get everybody out of here, start over. That's the only way I would be okay with Champ Kelly being our general manager. I don't hold Champ Kelly responsible for what's been going on with this team for the last 25 years. He's only been with us for a year. So, and I do like Champ Kelly. So if he went scorched earth on this team, I would love it. I would be happy. I would be happy if that's a good dream. Those of you guys that are in here, thank you so much for being here. Even with what the season has been, it's been quite a ride, and I'm just grateful that I have all of you with me. It's been a blast in that respect to have you guys and be able to get on here every couple of days and chat with you guys and hang out. It's been awesome. Like I said, I don't do this for money. I have a job. I'm a truck driver. This is just fun, and I love it. I am on the quest for 500 subscribers. I hope to be there before the next season starts. So if you guys can help with that, if you're new, make sure you subscribe. Throw me a bone. We've got a very interesting off season, and there's going to be a lot of stuff to cover during the off season. So I do. I think that this is Stephen Ross saying that he doesn't want to be in charge of choosing this general manager, and I think that's a good thing because Stephen Ross has a bad track record with it. I think bringing someone else in who knows football to do that, I think that's a great move. I think it's a great move. Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at too. That's where I'm at too. Patriots kick off to the Dolphins for the third time in this game. Quinn Rivers did have a good possession there. You hope he continues. I'd like to see nothing but success for him. And you think of it this way: the better he does, the better off the Dolphins are going to be throughout the offseason. It's plain and simple, right? All right. Yeah, defense is got holes. They're not playing very well. Offensively, I like what we've done. Just a bad play call stalled the offense in the last game, and a bad spot too. So good pass by Ewers there to Washington. You like to see that. Ewers is seeing the field very well. I'll give him that for sure. Ewers is seeing very well right now on the field. His vision is great. So very happy to see that. Like I said, I like a lot of what I'm seeing from Ewers. He's playing very mature football. So that's not to say he's not a rookie. He's still a rookie, and he's still going to make mistakes, but playing very well. Not just in this game, but overall, he's been playing well. Oh, good hard run right there. Good hard run by Jalen Wright. You'd like to see that. Smash some people in the face. There we go. You know what? I'm not sure. Does anybody know if Marino is still involved with the team right now, or if he's on hiatus? I'm not sure. It seems like every other year he comes back with a new title. Quinn Ewers is 6 of 7 for 61 yards at this moment, playing well with 9 rushing yards. Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. I don't think he is president of operations, but I think he's involved in some way, shape, or form with the team constantly. I just don't know what his actual title is. Um, I'm sure he does have some say in it, but the thing about Marino is he's really enjoying what he's doing. He doesn't really want. I don't think he really wants it, even though he has been on record saying that he wouldn't mind being the general manager for the Dolphins at some point. I don't think he's looking at this as the point, but you never know. Would you be upset if we woke up tomorrow and found the Dolphins hired Dan Marino as their general manager? I don't think I'd be upset. I think I'd be pretty excited about that because, I mean, I got to think that Marino is one of those guys that would probably go scorched earth on this team. Yes, he has. He has declined the roles before. So, but if he did all of a sudden, if we woke up and he was the general manager, I'd be excited about it. I would be very, very much looking forward to his press conference. But guys, this is the last game of the season for us. I've streamed as many of these games as I can. I think I've probably streamed 12 or 13 of them this year. And like I said, it's been nothing but a blast to be here with you guys and do this. And I'm going to do my normal thing where I'll still do live streams every once in a while during the off season, but most of the time during the off season, I'll do pre-recorded videos, and I'll do my live streams still, but there just won't be 2 or 3 a week. There'll be probably 1 live stream a week and a couple videos a week. So you'll still get content from me. We'll still do live streams. It just won't be 3 or 4 live streams a week or whatever I usually do. And that's the issue. And that's also, I own you. That's also why I feel like we probably won't hire another Shula to be our head coach. It's just because if it doesn't work out and you end up having to fire him, it wouldn't be a good look. It would be a mess. Yeah, me too. It's been frustrating, but the thing that makes it better is just the company you keep, and you get to hang out with all you guys. It's been a blast. Ewers rolls out and dumps it off to Julian Hill, and Julian Hill up for 8 yards. That's going to bring second down and 1, second down and 2 possibly. Liz, what's up? Oh, don't worry, Elwood. I'm going to do a few mini live streams from Mexico. Of course. I got to. You got to see Frozen Fin Fan not frozen. This is the second drive in a row where Quinn Ewers has kind of just walked this team down the field. I like what I'm seeing from Quinn Ewers. Good handoff to Jalen Wright off tackle. First down Miami at the 10-yard line. Good run. And it looks like a little game update from the Chargers and Broncos game. The Broncos are handling business so far. Looks like it's 10-0 in Denver against the Chargers. All right, Quinn Ewers is in shotgun. He's got Jalen Wright behind him. Ingold's to his left. Run heavy formation here. Hand it off to right forward for 5, 6, 7 yards. Good carry, good run. You love to see that. Run heavy formation. You're looking at the Patriots saying, we're about to run the ball down your throat, and they do. I love that. So far, legit, the only thing I'm seeing from McDaniel that I didn't like is that one play in the first possession where they threw it in the back of the end zone instead of running the ball on 4th and 1. That's the one play so far that Mike McDaniel screwed up as far as I'm concerned, me personally. Other than that, he's called a pretty good game so far. Yes, I am going to be a sunburnt Fin fan. I told you, I German and Irish heritage. I'm going to skip the tan and go straight to burn. That's what I always do. I look like a candy cane. Another handoff. Oh, what in the world? Hang on. Something happened to my stream. Let me see here. What's going on? I messed up my stream. I hit a button. Sorry. Oh, I'll probably melt. That's probably going to happen. I'll get really hot. But with what we've been dealing with 50 below for a month and a half, almost 2 months, I'm going to be very happy to have heat. So even though I'll be miserable hot, I'll deal with it. The hotel room's going to be air conditioned. All the restaurants are air conditioned. I'll be fine. The beach has wind and water. I'll be great. All right. There we go. Dolphins on the tip of the cup. We got a touchdown. Great throw by Ewers. Ewers looking really good, guys. Malik Washington on the touchdown catch. Malik looked great on that too. Good catch by Malik. Good throw. Offense doing very well. Great job, Miami. 7-14, Miami down by 7 now. Make this a game. That's what I want to see. Just get out of here. You missed it. Thanks for coming in, Johnny. Yeah, defense needs to step up, and that's what's going on right now. Defense is not playing strong. Right? They need to stiffen up a little bit. And dude, that's where I'm at right now. From what I've seen from Ewers, he has definitely earned an opportunity to win the starting job for this team. Going into the offseason and stuff, I think that this has guaranteed him a spot for next year. Whether it's a backup or a starter, he's earned a chance to prove himself. He's playing very well. He looks great. I'm not even going to say he looks good. He looks great. Ewers is doing wonderfully. masterful of this offense, and that's great to see from a rookie. And like I said, I'm not going to talk him up too much because he's going to have his whoopsies, right? And we haven't seen much of that yet. But Quinn Ewers should have been drafted in the 3rd round. Almost everyone who made draft calls had Quinn Ewers going 3rd, 4th round max. And here he is with the Miami Dolphins as a 7th round draft pick. That had to piss him off. You saw him at his home during the draft. He was upset that he didn't get picked until they let the 7th round. He was upset. So carrying that chip on your shoulder into the season, I think that's part of why he is doing what he's doing. Is because he's got something to prove, and I like it. I like the chip on the shoulder. I like his attitude. I like how he's leading this team on offense. I like what he's doing. I have not, even the couple interceptions that won in his first game, I wasn't upset. Number one of them was a tip ball, and it was a good throw. The other one was in garbage time when he was trying to get the ball down the field and make something happen. I'll take an interception in that instance. Down a lot, trying to do something, throw it up there. Like I said, this isn't a bad quarterback we're looking at. We're looking at a rookie who has a lot of potential. Certainly more than what a 7th round pick should carry. And I think that proves my point that he should have been drafted in the 3rd or 4th round max. He could have gone in the 2nd. Except for there was this aversion to quarterbacks in the draft this year. You saw it not just with him, but with other quarterbacks too. So I like what I'm seeing from this Miami Dolphins offense. Play calling has been on point, except for that one play call in that first possession. And I like what I'm seeing. So honestly, he could be better. He could be worse. Who knows? But right now, I think he's earning his spot on this team for next year. I think we'd be foolish to cut him after the performance that he's done in these last few games. And I think this is why they put him in. Not so much a Tua sucks realization, but more of a we need to see what he has right now. Because decisions have to be made at quarterback. And we have one that we haven't really given a chance, and we need to know. And I think that's what we're doing, and I like it. Quinn Ewers, 8 of 9 and a touchdown with 71 yards passing in the first quarter so far. And we're in the 2nd now. A great game from him so far. I like what I'm seeing from Quinn Ewers and the offense as a whole. I like what I'm seeing from Washington. I like Wright and his hard running so far. I mean, this is as far as our offense goes, this is what you want to see. Defense leaving something to be desired. Hopefully they stiffen up. They're going to have to. They've got to find some way to stop the Patriots. Get a couple stops. And see if this offense of the Miami Dolphins can get this team back in the game. A lot of game left to play, and it could result in a blowout or it could result in a close game, and that's what I want to see, a close game. I want to see Miami fight. Question is, can the defense do something? First and 10 for the Patriots on the 35-yard line. Incomplete pass on first down from Drake May, broken up by Rasul Douglas. Talk about somebody who's done a lot for us in this game, in these games this year, who's really done a great job. That's Rasul Douglas on this offense. Our defense. He's done a fantastic job for Miami. Number 2 or number 3 cornerback in the NFL this year. Unreal. He's done a fantastic job, and it sucks because he's an older guy, and he's not going to be around for much longer, So we still have to develop that cornerback position. Drake May on the run. Throws it out of bounds. That'll bring up 3rd down and 10 for New England on the 45-yard line. Defense trying to get something going here. Yes, alleged. Diggs is an alleged choker. Oh, man. 3rd and 10. Drake May back in shotgun. clearly looking to pass. They don't have much of a run game, but we've seen they can do it. Going deep. Good defense by Ashton Davis. And Miami will force a punt, a 3-and-out for the New England Patriots. Great job by Miami defense there. Cornerbacks actually had their backs up against the wall on that possession after the last couple, and they did their jobs. Ashton Davis played great in that possession, and so did Rasul Douglas. Good job, Miami Dolphins defense. Now that's one part of the puzzle. Miami defense holds. What has to happen next for a successful team to do what they need to do? If the defense holds, the offense needs to put points on the board. So that's what we need to see now. We need to see the offense do their thing. I don't think that the difference between 12 and 11 is going to be that big of a deal. Or 12 and 10 even. I don't see that being a big difference. If we win, great as far as I'm concerned. I'm rooting for a win. But I understand the logic of people wanting us to get a little bit better draft pick. I'm just not on that boat where I'm like, we have to lose. I'm just not. I'm not there. And I never will be. So it's not like I'm being insulting or condescending. I understand people want to lose to get a better draft pick. I'm just not sold on the difference between a 12 and 10 draft pick. I don't see it being that big of a difference. We're going to be able, with the needs we will have plenty of opportunities to pick those players up in this draft. We just have to hit on the picks, right? So we'll see. I'm going to have to look it up. I have not heard this. I have not. I've apparently I've been living in the Stone Age and have not heard the Quinn song, but now I need to know. So I'll have to look that up. Oh man. 9 minutes 40 seconds left in the game, and Miami Dolphins losing 14-7. Is Austin Jackson even worth keeping? I don't think so. I mean, like he's decent. He's a decent lineman, and he can hold his own. But the problem is, we all know the problem. He can't stay healthy. The man is always hurt. So I think that you really got to come off of him. I think it's a failed Chris Greer pick, and I think coming off of him would be a benefit to the Miami Dolphins in the end. So, no, I don't think he's worth keeping. Me personally, I don't think so. You play to win the game. I freaking love Herm Edwards. I don't care what anybody says. I love him. That's a good point. Good point, Elwood. There's something to be said for building by best player available. The problem, though, is, I mean, yeah, he's not super expensive, but the problem is he cannot stay healthy, man. Every year it's the same thing with him. And at some point if you can find a better younger player, why have him take up a spot on the team? Yeah, there was a lot of busts. First and 10 for Miami. It's a handoff to Wright. Running hard. 7-yard carry for Miami there. Jalen Wright running hard, and I love to see it. Second down and 4 for Miami. Oh, they shoelaced him. Forward for 2 yards. That'll be 3rd and 2. Another short down and distance instance here. Heavy run formation. Ingold motion to backfield. Handed off to Ollie Gordon, stuffed. So another 3rd and 1. Man, what is with the short down and distance failures so far? I do too. I feel like, man, Ollie Gordon is having some issues on short down and distance right now. If you watch that handoff on third and 2 or 3rd and 3, he stumbled a little bit after the handoff, and I he's got to get his footing. He's got to get that footing going, man. Miami punts it away. It'll be first down for the Patriots at the 31-yard line. Drake May and the Patriots coming out on offense here shortly. Always follow your fullback. Absolutely. Absolutely. Get right on their butt and just push forward, especially in 4th or 3rd and 2. You got to get those yards. You can't let yourself get tackled behind the line of scrimmage. Young player, he's going to learn. He's got to, or he's going to be off the team. Bro, me too. Everybody remember Rob Conrad? Man, I loved him. Yeah, I'm not going to complain too much about the play calling there because the last fourth down play, short down and distance play, I said that we should have run the ball at the middle with Ollie Gordon, and we didn't, and I was upset about it. And then this time we did, and he got tackled short of the line of scrimmage. Now I'm not going to complain too much. Yeah, man, he was good. I loved watching him, and he could catch too. That was the best thing about him. Is he was a dual threat, big bruiser, but he could also get out there in the flat and make a catch and make something happen. Loved it. Man, Rob Conrad. That's a fun one. That made me smile thinking about that. No, I remember Carpenter. I do. Oh, man. 7 minutes, 30 seconds left in the second quarter. 2nd down and 8 for the Patriots. Oh. I can't imagine anybody saying they didn't like Keith Byers. Man, you're bringing up all kinds of happy memories for me. Oh, man. You're also making me show my age. I don't know if I look like it or not, but I'm 42 years old. I've been a Dolphins fan since I was 3. So these players you're talking about, man, just bringing back all kinds of fond memories. On 2nd and 8, Drake May runs close to the first down marker. He's going to be short. Don't say that name. Oh, we got books to remember him. Oh, man. Oh, that's a false start. That's a false start. Blow that dead. Yeah. There we go. False start on third down. That's going to back it up 5 yards from a 3rd and 2 to a 3rd and 7. There we go. False start on the Patriots. Third and 7 for the Patriots here. May's back in the shotgun. He's back to pass, obviously. Dumps it off. Stop short. Great tackle by Dotson. My goodness, that was a great hit. And he's making sure. He's like, spot that ball right there. I stopped him. There we go. That'll bring up 4th down and 1. Good hit by Dotson. My goodness. That was a hard hit. Good initial tackle by Ashton Davis, wrapping up the legs and finishing the tackle was Dotson. That was a great play. Good team tackle there. That's going to bring it 4th down. Are they going to go for it? They're going to go for it. Ooh, this is disrespectful. Anthony Weaver, you going to take that? This is disrespectful. Ooh, this kind of pisses me off. The ball is on the 40-yard line of the Patriots. And they're looking like they're going to go for it. There's a timeout right now. This pisses me off. This is disrespect. Ooh, man, the Dolphins defense needs to be pissed about this. 4th and 1. Let's go. This was making me clench my teeth a little bit. Oh, this pisses me off. Yes. I don't care what anybody says. That was fantastic defense. Great job. Way to freaking put the hammer down when they disrespect you. Don't ever let a team disrespect you like that. Man. Oh. That's what's up. Sorry, I got a little emotional there. That's the kind of stuff that should just piss off a defense. They're going to go for it against us on 4th and 1, and they're on their own 40. Man, I am so glad they blew that up. Holy cow. Jordan Brooks, that's what's up, man. Great job. Another group tackle by Dotson and Brooks. What a great job. Oh, I got the goosies. Man. Oh, that's holding. They're going to throw a flag. Yep, there it is. Right on the path of the running back. They're going to call that every time. That's going to be 1st and 20 for Miami. Ball's going to be on the 50. Yep, Patrick Paul grabbing hold of the shoulder pads. Not too mad about it, but yeah, that's definitely holding. Ugh. right around the outside. Ball's loose. Patriots recover. Patriots recover about the 41 or 38-yard line. That's horrible. Patriots ball. Jalen Wright fumbled the ball. Oh, golly. Oh, man, that sucks. They need to let him throw a little bit, for sure. The run game is working, though. That was a fumble. That was just a bad job there. But yeah, and I understand what you're saying for sure. He's got to hang on to the ball, man. Oh, that's a bummer. First and 10 for the Patriots. Heavy run formation. They'll hand it off. They'll run forward for 7 yards up to the 30 of Miami. In field goal range. Man. You can't. Oh my goodness. That'll be a first down for New England on a 5-yard carry. They're running the ball too well against us, and that's the problem we're having right now. Sustained drives, kicking our butts. 2 minutes. 2 minutes and change left in the first half. Miami's losing 14-7. Patriots driving. They're on the tip of the red zone here. I'd like to see a little more balance. I mean, I'm not going to complain about the run game because the run game has been working. That was a fumble. I mean, so they got to hang on to the ball, but they need to throw it a little bit. But the big problem here has just been defense. And I can narrow that down even farther. It's stopping the run. Yeah, 132 yards. For let me look here. Yeah, almost 132 yards rushing for the Patriots. Can't have that. Yeah, trying not to complain about too much running, but at the same time, they got to let him throw a little bit. Just keep it balanced a little bit. So I'm not upset with the run game because the run game has been working, but the problem is just the fumble there. That was a problem. The biggest problem this team has right now is getting stops on defense. That's what we have to do. We've got to stop the Patriots offense. And right now they're running the ball like crazy against us, which is nuts. And I agree with you about Kenneth Grant. I do think Kenneth Grant's going to work out for us. He needs a little more time and needs a little more help. Our big guys inside are good. Him and Biggers and Phillips, they are good. They're going to be great. It's going to be a good rotation for our big guys. Just got to figure some other stuff out. That's going to be holding. Yeah, so holding against the Patriots, that'll back them up 10 yards. I think we're going to have to look for some younger edge rushers, too. That's another thing we got to think about. We got needs. We're going to have needs, right? It's obvious. Second down and 13 for the Patriots here. Well, that's on Bradley Chubb. Jeez. They got a holding penalty and brought him back 10 yards, and then we just gave him 5 yards back. Bradley Chubb, what are you doing, bro? That'll be second down and 8 now after the 5-yard whoopsie. And that's a 2-minute warning. 2 minutes left in the first half. New England 14, Miami 7. Definitely, they're two of our biggest contracts. You can pretty much all but just count them as not being part of the team next year, unless they take a massive, massive pay cut. And I don't really see that happening. Tyreek maybe, but I don't know. I guess it depends on what the interest is for both of those players. Interest, we'll see. Jordan Brooks is already at 7 tackles. Man. Yeah, I agree. They're probably both going to end up getting cut or traded. Bradley Chubb it's a bummer for Bradley Chubb because he's so expensive, but he's been playing great. So I'm going to miss him and wish him nothing but success for sure. Denver's up 10-0 still against the Chargers. Buffalo's up 21-0 against the Jets. Close game there. Jeez. Yep, you can. You can trade Chubb. Just a question of what are you going to get, and how much of that contract can you get dumped off. We'll see. You can count him as gone though. He's not going to be with the team next year, and I think Bradley Chubb knows that. Yeah, the Jets have absolutely no interceptions this year. Still, they got a decent chance against Josh Allen, but no dice yet for the Jets. Nope, none. The New York Jets have 0 interceptions this year. None. It's crazy. It's never happened. No team has gone this long without an interception, ever. And certainly no team's ever gone a full season without one. It's nuts. It's crazy to even think about, really. And they've had opportunities. They just have not come up with one. Like I said, you want to talk about a team that's trying to lose? There you go. They are in tank mode. Good open field tackle by Bradley Chubb. That's going to bring up third down. Third and 5. Miami takes a timeout. We've got 2 left. Patriots have 1 timeout remaining. And that's the crazy part. Tua threw him a few duck balls during those games too. Like they've had an opportunity to get some picks and they just haven't come up with it. Third down and 5. Oh. Is that holding? That's holding. They did. Yep. One of them they should have catched or caught in that catched. I can't believe I just said that in that last game against the Jets. It was in their hands. I forget who dropped it. Cannot remember. All right, so we are looking at. That's a tough one. You're gonna have to give me some time to put a list together. I've been waiting to come up with a list for head coaches, and I was trying to wait until the end of the season. So that's going to be one of the first things that we talk about as soon as the season ends, and we'll go from there. Especially if if McDaniel ends up getting fired, like if that happens pretty quick, which it will have to if it's going to. I mean, first couple weeks he'll be fired if it's going to happen. So if it does happen, we'll be talking about that very quickly. All right, 4th down. Patriots coming out for a field goal kick. Looking to go up 17-7 in the first half. So we'll see what ends up happening here. Dolphins stacked up against it here. Oh, it's blocked. That's blocked. Blocked field goal. Nice. That's good to see. Sealer with the block. And Marshall with the recovery trying to make something out of it, but great job by Miami Dolphins there. Great job by Sealer. Wow. I was not expecting that. Those are good options, Harbaugh, Tom. I mean, I don't know. I got to do some research and some thinking and pondering about it, but we'll see. Oh man. So Miami's going to have good field position here after that blocked field goal. And they've got a minute and 31 seconds left in the first half to do something here. This is an interesting finish to this half. Let's see if Miami can do something here. If they can put together a quick little drive here and get a field goal or a touchdown, it's a close game. We'll see. It's going to be interesting. Dolphins defense showing signs of life here. They're just not putting it all together right yet, but definitely playing a little better than they were in the beginning of the game. Dolphins are on their own 40 on the Patriots 40-yard line, so they got a very short field, and they very realistically could do something here, but they've got to make something happen. First and 10, incomplete. Ewers trying to get it to Dolchich over the middle. Oh. And Ewers got sacked. Timeout, New England. 3rd down and 17 for Miami now. Out of field goal range with that sack. That's horrible. Oh, that's horrible. It's honestly, thanks for coming in, dude. I appreciate you for coming and checking out the channel. But I'm not. It's hard for Tyreek Hill because I do like Tyreek Hill, and I think that I would love nothing more than to have him back on a slightly smaller contract. Like I said, I'm nobody. It's just how I feel. I like Tyreek Hill. I want him to continue to be with the Miami Dolphins, but I don't think that he's. I don't hate him as much as a lot of some people do. I wish there was a way for him to take a smaller contract, especially after the injury, and to be a part of the Dolphins next year. But I just don't see it happening. I would imagine there's going to be a lot of teams that would love to pay him better money, and I have a feeling that he's going to end up going somewhere else because the Dolphins really can't pay him what he's going to want realistically. You know what I mean? So that's kind of where I'm at with it. It's unfortunate for sure. And you don't got to worry about. I don't curse, so this if you're new to the channel, Ollie Cheetah's family, I very rarely say anything that could even be construed as a swear word. I try to keep it family friendly. So now, as for some of these hogs in my chat, some of these monsters in my chat, some of them do, but it's okay. Oh man. All right. Hey, Miami Dolphins, they got the field goal. All right. So that's good. They got back into field goal range. They took that field goal. I got distracted by talking a little bit. Apologies. Miami Dolphins. Miami Dolphins take a field goal. They're at 10-14 against the New England Patriots, and we are looking at a 10-14 game with 30 seconds left in the game. What a blessing our kicker has been after the injury to Sanders this year. He's done a great job. That's spoken like Chris Greer. Zonka, you nailed it. I think the Patriots got the ball first, so I think Miami is going to get the ball in the second half. I agree. I mean, with the way that he's been playing, I think that you could afford to let Sanders go and keep the other kicker for what he's been lights out. Realistically, our new kicker. So I think that you got to give him a chance and let him keep doing his thing. Patterson's done a great job, and I'd like to keep him, me personally. And that's no offense to Sanders because Sanders has been clutch for us for years. And you know what's funny about that is when you think about the Miami Dolphins as a whole, the Dolphins team, we've always had good kickers. Always. I mean, Olindo Mare. I mean, we've always had a good kicker. It's not something that we've had to look hard for. So I like Patterson. I like what he's doing, and he's definitely cheaper than Sanders, like you said, Aqua. I think you gotta save some money there and go with Patterson for sure. And that was a 52-yard field goal from Patterson, and he nailed it. That was good from 65. So another great kick by Patterson. I love him. I think he's doing great. Great work. 14-10 Miami. You got to be encouraged with what we're seeing here overall, right? Yeah, Dan Carpenter was too, Nokoso. You're right. I got to give the all-time great kicker for the Miami Dolphins, Olindo Mare. I got to do it. I loved Mare back in the day. Yep. We've had a lot. It's never been an issue for us to find a good kicker. So the lowly 7-9 Miami Dolphins losing 14-10 against the New England Patriots at 13-3. with 28 seconds left in the second quarter. You got to be encouraged with what you're seeing. Got to be pleasantly pleased. Now, what you really need to do here is you've got to make sure the Patriots don't get some quick yards, a quick hitter, and get into field goal position. That would be an epic mistake. New England does not have any timeouts left. So you got to play good defense. You got to play solid defense here. Don't get too soft. No, Tua is not playing. Quinn Ewers is playing right now, and he's actually doing a pretty good job. He's 9 of 11 with 1 touchdown and 84 yards passing. Drake May, in comparison, 0 touchdowns, 7 of 10, and 84 yards. They both, Ewers and May, have 84 yards passing in the first half so far. And the Patriots will set up shop at the 32-yard line. Those of you that are in here, if you're new, please subscribe. I won't let you down. Got a lot of stuff planned for the offseason. It's got some live streams, some solid core videos. Going to be covering every aspect of this team and what we're going to be doing and what we do during the offseason. Got a lot of stuff planned. It's going to be a good time. Make sure you guys subscribe. Share the channel with your friends. If you got friends who are Dolphins fans, make sure you tell them about me. Get them over here. Get them to subscribe. Tell them to like the videos. All that good stuff. Oh, man. Drake May is running. He's going to get a first down near. He's trying to get out of bounds. He does. And he's going to be near field goal area for the Patriots here. Oh. Soft defense. And that's what happens. And the field goal is good. Patriots 17, Dolphins 10 at halftime. Miami Dolphins fighting, but down 7 behind some pretty subpar defense. We're seeing flashes of defense stiffening up, but just not enough, really. 17-10 at the half. Dolphins will get the ball at the beginning of the third quarter. Not too bad so far, guys. I like what I'm seeing a lot from Jalen Wright. I like what I'm seeing from Taj Washington, especially. He's done a great job. Hopefully, we can keep this going on offense and improve a little bit on defense in the second half. Need to make some adjustments for sure. So we'll see how it goes. I'm going to take a quick break. I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. You guys get up, get some water, go to the bathroom, get a snack, and we'll see you guys back here in about 10 minutes. What is this DDW raid? I love it. That's what's up. Shout out DDW, Doug, man. Thanks for organizing the raid. I love it. Got me sitting here eating. You guys are nuts. Thank you. I love the raids. I didn't know Dougley was streaming today. Let me check. Showing enough, man. Good grief. I need to get with the program, man. Thanks for the raid, boys. Appreciate that. You guys are awesome. Appreciate the love. Whose idea was it to come raid my little tiny channel? You guys are crazy. You guys rock. Appreciate it. Fins up, fellas. Everybody here who came in just do this raid. Appreciate you guys. Oh man. I'm hopping over to Doug's channel really quick just to say what up to Mr. Dougley Do Wrong, because he's one of my favorites. Let's see here. Man. Man. That's crazy. I got raided. All right. I'm sorry to Doug's channel and say thank you for what he did. Okay, we're back. Okay, I'm back. I apologize, guys. Those of you that came in here to do a quick little raid on my tiny little channel, thank you so much. Doug's been a motivator for me, seeing him do his thing. I always love watching his channel, and it's very cool to see you guys come over here and give me a raid. Appreciate that. Thank you so much, everybody. You guys rock. Oh man, gotta love it. I was just sitting back here on my chair, taking a little bit of a break, talking to the family and eating some food, and then I looked up and see all this raid stuff, and man, brother, I'm in North Pole, Alaska. I'm far, far away. So that's why the name Frozen Fin Fan. I'm North Pole, Alaska. It's 51 degrees below zero right now here outside my house. So it's unreal. You guys are awesome. Wow. Got hit with the with the big raid. That's the first time I've been raided, so kind of feel special. Thanks, guys. Man, yeah, North Pole, Alaska. But dude, that merino jersey behind me, that is like one of my favorite jerseys. It was also one of the first ones I ever got, so it's got some history to it. Definitely one of my favorites. Also, that Kohu jersey over there, that's a real game worn certified jersey signed by Cater Kohu. Those are my two absolute favorites. Got a bunch more in the closet, but those ones are definitely some of my favorites for sure. Thank you for the subscriptions, guys. I appreciate all you guys doing this. It's awesome. I'm flattered. Believe me, this is nuts. You get the big timer like Dudley Do Wrong sending a raid over here to my little channel. That's flattering. Thank you. Just doing it for fun, having a good time with it, and got a good group of guys that are subscribers and stuff. So thank you for all you that subscribe and like the channel and stuff like that. Thank you. Yep, I used to actually work in Prudhoe, so that's where the oil rigs and stuff are. I used to do the same gig. Now I'm a truck driver. That's what I do for a living. So I get to be home more now than I was when I was working in Prudhoe. Thank goodness. That's not an easy job. You think 52 below, which is what it is, or 51 below here right now. You think that's rough. Man, it's worse up there. You're looking at 70 to 100 degrees below zero, depending on wind chill. It's unreal. Hard weather to work in for sure. Me too. I really do. I hope that Kohu comes back healthy, because he's one of my favorite players, especially with the story that he has, for a career, being an undrafted free agent, working from nothing and becoming a starter for an NFL team and being a positive. So Liz, yeah, I'm going to do some playoff games. I'm not sure which ones I'm going to cover yet. We'll see how the playoffs stack up and which teams end up playing who. But as soon as I get a list of that and evaluate a little bit, I'm going to pick a few games to cover for sure, especially on Wild Card Weekend. We're going to have some good games. I know it. So I'll definitely be streaming a few. Just not sure which ones yet. You know what I mean? Okay. No. I mean, I don't hate the Chiefs. I don't hate any team really. I don't even hate the Patriots and the Jets, but I definitely don't like them. Like, I like the Dolphins. I'm a Dolphins fan. Jalen Wright gobbled up. That'll bring up second down and 22. Fantastic second down opportunity for the Miami Dolphins. Jeez. Good grief. Quinn Ewers throws back across, and not much doing there. 5 yards max. It's going to bring up third down and 17. Oy. Not looking great. We'll put it that way. Yeah, 3rd and 17. Holy cow. That's unreal. Okay. I was really hoping the Dolphins could get something going on this first possession, being back from out of the half and get this game tied up, but it's looking pretty iffy. 3rd down and 17 is a tough call. Tough ask. Of course, as soon as I say that, Dulcich with a huge run after the short pass for a first down. Miami Dolphins first down at the Dolphins 23-yard line. They are there. That looked good. That was a great play call and a fantastic read from Quinn Ewers, because he was going to get gobbled up pretty quick there. Man, Greg Dulcich, what a beast. Dude, I agree. I agree. Let's go, Miami. That's right. Man, on Dulcich, I like Dulcich. I was excited when we got him before anybody knew even how to say his name. I was stoked. I was thinking, man, this guy has a chance to do something special with this team, because he's a good pass catching tight end. Number one, he's got the ability to block. He's one of those guys that yes, he is pass catching style of tight end, more like a big wide receiver, but he runs hard. I love the fact that he doesn't shy away from contact. In fact, sometimes he actually pushes into contact. I like that out of a tight end. I like somebody who's not afraid to take contact and not only take it, but give it. Like I love him. I'm so happy. And you got to keep him for next year. You have to. He's one of those guys that we have got to keep. And as a tight end room altogether this year, I'm very happy with what we have as tight ends. Let's take Waller out of the situation. I don't think he's really going to be back next year. But if you look at Greg Dulcich and Julian Hill, what was our issues that we've always had with Julian Hill? It's always been, he constantly gets penalties. He doesn't really catch very well. Same kind of things, right? This year, he had like no penalties called against him. He's done a fantastic job. And whenever we've thrown him the ball, he's caught it. He's done great. He's done fantastic. 1 second here. All right, sorry. Yeah, me too. I love Dulcich. I'm very happy with what he's been doing. I want to see more from him. I definitely want him back. I'd be seriously disappointed if we didn't keep Dulcich. Dulcich and Hill, those are the two that I want to keep. If we don't keep those two, I mean, Julian Hill has earned his spot on this team this year. He's done a fantastic job, and he's been lights out in the run game too. So, need him to stay. Hill and Dulcich, keep them, and look in the draft maybe for another tight end. I maintain my position about Dulcich. Oh man. Don't ask me why, but right now my office is the only place in our house that has a microwave. Don't ask me why. It's just the way it is. And I've got something in the microwave for my son. So hang on 1 second. Let me pull it out for him. I return. Apologies. Okay. It can be rough. It can be rough, but there's a lot of great things here too. Like in the summer, man, 70 to 90 degrees, 24-hour sunlight, all the time in the world to do a lot of the outside stuff. Like I love fishing. I'm a big fly fisherman, hunter. I bow hunt. I hunt with guns. It's a perfect place for an outdoorsman, and that's what I am. That's what my family is. We love being outside, so it's the best. It's just the winters can get rough, but it's not always 50 something below. This winter has been pretty rough, but my goodness, was that a pick in the end zone? It was. Well, that's no good. You don't want to see that. Don't want to end that possession with a pick, but that's exactly what we just saw. No good. Yikes. So the Patriots will get the ball at the 20-yard line. Miami just blew their opportunity to bring this game tight. And now we're looking, going to have to get a stop. Defense is going to have to settle in. Like I said, we have a rookie quarterback, and you have to expect some kind of mistakes here and there. You can't expect Dan Marino-esque performance immediately, right? So it is what it is. The defense is going to have to make up for it. They're going to have to step up. That's all there is to it. I say regularly that I'm the farthest north Finns fan, and there's not any of them up here. I'm the only one I know of. So there's a bunch of Dolphins channels, man. It's too many. There's a bunch. No, me neither. That was interesting. He kind of threw that where there was only a defender there. There wasn't anybody else. So you had to think that was a bad one. I agree. Suck it up and get your first comeback win. This is where it needs to happen. You got to move on from those mistakes, right? That can't be the end of it. I missed it. Is that what was happening that went over Weiss's head? It must have been way over Weiss's head. He must have been in the very front of the end zone. I'm watching it right now, kind of catching up on it. Yeah, he was going to Weiss. Weiss was a little behind it too. I don't know. Doesn't look as bad as I thought it looked initially, but still no good. Oh, Drake May throws to his tight end. Nice catch and run up to the 50. Yikes. Thanks for coming in, Rex. Appreciate it, dude. Thank you so much. Oh, I don't know how many serious ones there are. I really don't. I don't even know if I'd call me serious. I'm not really that serious. I mean, I enjoy it. I think I give pretty good information and try to give balanced opinions, but I'm not really doing it for money. So I don't really think this could be considered serious since it's not for money. Lots of layers, dude. Lots of layers. And, when you go outside and you don't want to expose much of your face, we have neck gaiters and things that we cover up ourselves with. And, you really got to limit your exposure when it's 50 something below. You can get real bad frostbite real quick. You can also hurt your lungs breathing in that cold air without something over your mouth to protect it and help warm that air up as you breathe it in. So you just got to be careful. It's like that anywhere, no matter what, no matter where you are, you got to be careful with where you live. Protect yourself. Drake made back to pass. He's going to run forward. Probably not going to get the first down, but close. Ugh. Oh, I got you. Okay. Oh. It'll be 3rd down and 1 for the Patriots here. I'm a little behind those of you that came in, so no matter what I do in Alaska, you're going to be behind the stream. Great run, man. Stevenson's running hard. That'll be 1st down and 10. Yeah, and it's all subjective, dude. I mean, like, if you're used to, 70, 80 degrees most of the year, you drop down to, 1 degree. That's cold, right? But an interesting fact about Alaska, at least Fairbanks, the North Pole area, that's where I live. It's smack dab in the center of Alaska. And we have kind of our temperature variance from summer to winter. The average temperatures is the highest in the nation. So we go from 80 to 85, 90 degrees all the way down to 50, 55, 60 below, that's a pretty big temperature swing. Patriots on the tip of the cup again in the red zone. Good grief. Defense has got to stiffen up, man. They can't. Drake May pass short right to Stevenson. 15-yard pass, touchdown, New England. They'll be 24-10. Ugh. 24-10, New England. 7 minutes, 30 seconds left in the third quarter. Gator, I am just below the Arctic Circle, technically. We're 80 miles away from the Arctic Circle here. So a couple-hour drive, and you're at the Arctic Circle. I actually, for my work, I drive a truck up past the Arctic Circle and back a lot. So we're right there. Sometimes I feel like I'm in a freeze, but I always end up staying. There's just too much benefit for Alaska. It's too great of a place. Being real, it's an amazing place here. All right, let's see. Take off my headset. Don't really need that right now. You know what's funny about that, Archer? I am actually, I grew up in Phoenix, Arizona. That's where I grew up. I grew up going to Cardinals games, even though I was a Dolphins fan. Grew up going to Cardinals games and Diamondbacks games, and that's home. And if my camera doesn't show it, but if you go a little bit farther this way on my wall, there's a wall like this Dolphins one just over here that's for the Diamondbacks. So I grew up in Phoenix, and I'm a hardcore Arizona Diamondbacks fan, a Phoenix Suns fan. But Miami Dolphins, I've been a fan since I was 3. So no matter where I'm at, it's Dolphins. I'm gonna eat so much Mexican food, it's unreal. Especially since it's all free where I'm going. Like I'm gonna do nothing but eat Mexican food. Give me tamales, give me burritos, give me tacos, everything, all of it, all the time. I can't wait. 6 days of nothing but the best food I've ever had. I'm so excited. And mainly going from 50 below to 85 and sunny on a beach. I can't wait. It's going to be great. My wife and I are going to have a fantastic time. All right. 24-10 Miami. You've seen a lot of things that are good here. See, and because of that, I'm jealous. I would love to be able to spend some time at Chase Field again. I loved it there. That's an amazing stadium. Even though it's getting older now and the air conditioning doesn't work like it should, I love it. Probably. Probably. See, I don't drink. I used to drink too much a lot in my early years, so I've cut myself off from being able to drink. I've managed to be successful in not drinking for 15, 16 years. But I'm still going to have a lot of virgin drinks. I'm just going to get them to make me the drinks, because you can request them anywhere and they'll make them for you. I'm just going to get them made without alcohol so I can just enjoy the drinks still. As many fluffy, fruity drinks as I can. All right. 27-yard return there by Malik Washington. That's going to bring it out to the 30-yard line for Miami. 1st and 10 Miami. Here we go. 70 yards to pay dirt. Dolphins need to get a touchdown here. If they really want to try to make this a game, they need to get a touchdown. Can't let the Patriots walk away. Yeah, I mean, it's probably over. And like I said, we're not looking for this isn't really a must-win for Miami. I'm looking more at development of players and how these guys are doing individually and as a team, to, how they're playing. But I'm not necessarily thinking that we need to win this game. Obviously, the season's pretty much over for us. There's not much to play for except pride in each other. So that's what I'm looking at. At the same time, the Patriots are a good team. And if Miami can make a good showing here, not necessarily win, but keep it close and play hard, that'll give us a good view of what we could have going forward, and more importantly, what players and what coaches need to come and go and stay, or it just depends. Yeah. Okay, here we go. I don't hate you. I understand. Got to come in and bug the Dolphins fan. It's fair. Fair play. A couple yard carry there. That'll bring up 2nd down and 8. I just had too much that I was addicted to. That was the big problem for me, growing up when I was younger. I'm 42 now, so I've managed to. Yeah, this is where you start playing. Yeah, absolutely, I agree. All your children are Dolphins fans. Oh, what is that? That's a house divided. You got Dolphins fans and Patriots fans in the same house. Holy cow. What's that like? What's the dynamic there? Hopefully you're not tormenting your children. Oh, man. Well, that's good. That's good. That's not I would say that's not common, especially when it's a division rivalry, right? Quinn Ewers passes the Theo Weiss, who avoids the tackle and manages to swing forward for a first down. Nice job by Theo Weiss there. Weiss and Ewers definitely have a connection. They definitely do. It's good to see something happen there. Me too. I forced my daughter to be a Dolphins fan as well. My other 3 kids don't really watch football, so they don't really have a favorite team. But my youngest daughter absolutely loves the Dolphins, and that's my fault. So, what are you going to do? Nice. And you've been a Patriots fan your whole life, and you grew up in Florida, and that's crazy. That's crazy. Oh, risky throw there. Risky throw. He's shaking his head. He knew it too. He knew he shouldn't have thrown that ball. That's good of you. That's good of you. And I let my daughter pick. Realistically, I let my daughter pick her team too. But growing up around me, she's 10. She's definitely a Dolphins fan. I can't say I'm not proud of her, but I understand the struggle that she's going to be subjecting herself to as well. Oh, man. Well, thank you for coming in. I appreciate it. Like I said, I'm not a hater of other teams. So even if you're a Patriots fan, you're more than welcome in here. I appreciate it. Thank you for being here. Before you take off, though, make sure you throw a like down for me. Help me out. Oh, man. And that ball was almost picked, ladies and gentlemen. Holy cow. 4th down and 16 for Miami. Going to have to punt that one away. I can't really see them being able to do anything else with it. I did. Our last born was 32. I was 32. My oldest child is 21. I have a 21-year-old son. I have a 19-year-old daughter. I have a 16-year-old son and a 10-year-old daughter. So four kids. Yep, that's true, Liz. There was, yeah. Like I said, that dynamic's crazy to me. It's cool. I mean, I don't have that, so I don't have other my kids or my wife fans of different teams. I don't have that, so I could imagine that would make things kind of interesting at some point. So that's cool. Punts away. Patriots will take over. Oh man, the diapers, that was the easy part. Like when they're young like that, they only need a few things. They need sleep, they need food, or they need to poop. That's it, when they get older, when they turn into teenagers, that's when the games really begin. That's when the craziness starts. It's because they're all emotional and crazy and weird, and it's the teenage years are the hard years. Give me the babies again, and it's much easier to deal with. Oh man, absolutely. Oh boy. Ah, 1st and 10 for New England on the 36-yard line. 37-yard line. I apologize. Yeah, that happens, Liz. Sometimes they turn into teenagers before they're teenagers. It's all worth it, though. I mean, the kids thing is sometimes it can be hard, but I mean, ultimately, you're raising people to be adults and to take care of themselves and raise their own families. So when they start becoming adults, it's kind of cool. It's kind of cool to see them turning into their own version of a human. It's a different kind of thing. Parenting is hard. Don't get me wrong; it's one of the hardest things you'll ever do. But at the same time, it is very rewarding. Same, exactly. I mean, that's what I mean. It's much easier to be a parent of babies and very young children, right, than it is to be a parent of teenagers. It's very hard when they become teenagers. For the most part, I'm sure there's exceptions, right? But it's definitely a different game with teenagers. The hardest part about the teenager thing is that you realize your age at the same time. Like sometimes you'll think of yourself still as young and cool, and then you realize that your kids are becoming teenagers, and they're the age that you sometimes see yourself as, and you're just not that old and that young anymore. That's the hard part, is you have to come to terms with your own age and maturity. That can be a struggle sometimes. Man, they got to do something against these tight ends for New England. That's really burning us. When Patriots just kind of seem to be able to move the ball at will for the most part during this game, and that's the struggle. The defense hasn't been playing as well as I kind of figured the defense would be playing a little better than they have been. And that's the struggle. They haven't really been playing great in this game, and the Dolphins are struggling because of it. I wouldn't be surprised if that's the truth. I would not be surprised if that happens. Um, like I said, as people, from what I've seen and know of them, I like Mike McDaniel and Anthony Weaver, but they might not be the best fit for this team, especially right now. With what we need, they might not be it. And if we get when we get our new GM in the door, this is where things are going to change. And you can't just say, well, we have to keep our coaches. You can't do that. That can't be the attitude. They're very likely going to have to go. And that's a touchdown. That's a touchdown. Stevenson with another rushing touchdown. That's going to be 31-10, New England over the Dolphins. New England trying to keep pace with Denver, even though if Denver wins, Denver is gonna get the number 1 seed, and New England will take the number 2. Right now, Denver is beating the Chargers 13-3, so that game is in hand at the moment. It's not over, but That was a great run by Stevenson. Just the run game for the Patriots is just abusing the Dolphins defense right now. So making it difficult on the Dolphins offense to keep up when the Dolphins defense can't do much against these Patriots right now. It's a struggle for them. I would like to see them make this some kind of a game. However, I do feel like if you see this turn into any more of a blowout than it is right now, I mean the Patriots are up by 21. But if this gets much worse, you're pretty much forcing the hand of Stephen Ross, and he's going to have to let Mike McDaniel go. I don't see Mike McDaniel surviving a blowout in this game. I just don't see it. I mean, I'm not saying it's 100% for sure, but I really don't see it. And I agree, Kosa. This very well could end badly for the coaching staff all around if this score stays like this or gets worse. It's going to be tough for the coaching staff to survive a blowout in this game, regardless of who the Dolphins are playing, even if it's the Patriots. It's going to be tough to survive it, but we'll see what happens. I'm still enjoying watching the game, especially with all of you and looking at this and looking at these players and the development of these players. I'm still very impressed with Quinn Ewers as a whole and what he's done this early in his career. And I think that he definitely has earned his place on this team. Yeah, me too. I'm pretty much done with him. And not in an insulting, I hate McDaniel, I hate him way. It's just I think that it's time for us to move on. We need a more seasoned, hardcore type of coach, and I don't see that happening with Mike McDaniel. I'm impressed with Quinn Ewers. I'm impressed. I like what Jonas Vainaya has done in these last few games. I feel like he's turned a corner. These younger guys on defense, Phillips and Biggers. I like what I'm seeing. I want these guys to stay. Oh my goodness, that was Theo Weiss tripped. Or that was Washington who tripped. Ewers went deep and is an incomplete. Is that who you have on your radar? Is Harbaugh from the Ravens? Is that who you're looking at? Is you'd like for our next head coach? I have him on a list of possibilities, but he's definitely not the only one. I mean, we'll see what ends up happening. I think that Harbaugh could benefit from a change of scenery for sure. So it very well could be. And that could be a very good decision on the behalf of Miami if he ends up becoming available. Third down and 8 for Miami. Yeah. And that'll bring up fourth down. Ewers gets sacked, 3-yard loss, 4th and 11. At some point, you're going to have to wonder: are they going to go for it at some point here and just, give up on playing the points game? 31-10 with a minute and 15 left in the third quarter. They might, I don't know if it's I don't know about chances or anything like that, what the odds are that happens, but I mean, it is a possibility. The fan base of the Ravens as a whole is very upset with Harbaugh, and I think they're about done with him. So, and Dolphins punt, and they're going to stop it at the 44-yard line. That was kind of a crappy punt by the Dolphins there. Jake Bailey did not have his best punt of the game there, and that was an illegal touch. Ugh, that just makes it worse. Jeez. An illegal touch. I must have missed it. I didn't see that. Goodness gracious. Sitting at 402 subscribers at the moment, everybody. Remember, if you're new, please don't hesitate to subscribe. Help me out here and get me to 500 before the beginning of the season. That's the goal. That's the goal. Oh, man. Yeah, it's going to get out of hand here. This is where you're going to see some things happen. And like I said, if this gets much worse, I would not be surprised that they make Mike McDaniel walk home. Maybe he can hop on Anthony Weaver's back and they can make it back to Miami together on foot, or they can take an Uber, because at this point, I don't see them getting back on the plane. Things got to change. That's the bottom line. We need some changes, and it is, it is what it is. Got to have some changes coming this way. It is that is a problem, and like I said, some of the friend aspect that can be there. Some of it can be there, but at some point there has to be a respect and a fear instilled in these players, and I don't think that's there. And I think that's part of the problem. Like you said, the father figure aspect. You're right. Man. Man, this is going to get out of hand, guys. We knew this, though. We knew it was going to happen. I gotta say, I'm not on the Vance Joseph, Matt LaFleur train yet. I'm not quite sold on those guys. I have a lot of apprehension about either one of them being our coach. But that's not to say I don't like them, right? I like LaFleur way better than I do Vance Joseph. And if you guys remember, Vance Joseph used to be our defensive coordinator for a while. So like 2016, I think. I'm not sure. Can't remember. Yeah, they might not want him on the plane. You're right. Drake May almost gets drilled and just lobs that ball off and dumps it off still. Man, Drake May's good, ladies and gentlemen. He's good. Man. Patriots knocking on the door again, trying to make it 38-10. Ball's on the 10-yard line. Yep. Yep. Yeah. The effort is there on offense. Like I said, I really feel like the defense kind of fumbled here a little bit. And they could have made this game a lot closer with some better plays, but a part of this has been scheme. So I'm not blaming the players specifically. I'm blaming the coaching as well. I think the game plan here is not fluent with the way this game is, and it's certainly not stopping the Patriots. Game plan makes a big difference. So, I can't wait for the offseason. I'm excited for this. This is going to be a good offseason for Miami. Maybe we don't know what the results are going to be, but it's going to be something different, and I think that is something that Miami needs. The fan base needs something different. Results be damned. It's just we need something different. We need to see something different. He might be. There's a high likelihood of that. Henderson with another touchdown. That's going to make it 38-10. It's getting bad. Oh my goodness. We're going to see some changes here. I guarantee it, guys. If nothing else, this blowout is going to make some changes happen. $38-10. Miami is losing. 12 minutes, 39 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Yeah, we very well could wind up getting a 50-burger dropped on us, especially if the offense for the Patriots continues to do what they're doing and moving the ball at will against Miami's defense. We very well could see a 50-burger. I don't want to see that. I think 38-10 is enough of a blowout for me. But who knows? The Patriots have lost a lot of games to the Dolphins, especially in the recent past. So this season's kind of been a little bit of a flip around from what we've been used to against the Patriots lately. The Patriots are probably loving every minute of this. Certainly Patriots fans are. And you got to like this is where I kind of diverge from some Dolphins fans is when I say that the Patriots they only had a few years where they weren't very good, right? I mean, the turnaround haven't been bad for a long time. Like the Bills were and the Jets are and the Dolphins are. They haven't been bad for a long time. But I can understand the happiness of the Patriots fans, not bandwagon Patriots fans, but real Patriots fans, ones that have been fans of the Patriots thick and thin for years. You know what I mean? Those guys, you got to understand their happiness. I get it. I wish we were happy too. Yeah, 7-9. And that's the two losses I think were this year. So what a game that was. I do remember that. What a game that was. And we were down 28 at the second half. Right? It was the start of the second half. We were down 28. It was all in the second half when we did that. It was just an amazing game. And that was kind of a coming out party for Tua back then. He had a great game. Not even going to front on Tua there. That was back when he had a little bit of mobility and a whole lot more zip on the ball. I think that was before this hip injury that really seemed to mess him up. 2 years. Yep. That's a pretty good guess. I don't think we should be expecting too much success next year. I'm still very excited for next year, but I'm not expecting a highly successful season next year. Pardon me. Yeah, like I said, realistically, you think 2 years and Miami might have something good, but that's not to say that next year we can't have a good product on the field. It may not lead to the most success, but if we do things right in this offseason, you could have a product on the field next year that you can at least be proud of and at least see improvement. That's what I want. That's what I want. I'm not expecting, a 13-4 season next year, but I do expect hard-fought games and improvement. That's what I want. If we see that, then you think that this rebuild that we're about to go through is headed for success. That's the bottom line. Need to see improvement. There's gonna be a few out there. I'm gonna as soon as we get into the off season, I'm gonna make a video about it. We're gonna talk about all of that. It just depends on how these initial few weeks unfold for teams and what they end up doing. I'm not going to be irresponsible and give a bunch of names until I know what's going to end up being available, because I do think Mac Jones would be an interesting option because he has turned his career around. He did a fantastic job with the 49ers this year as a back, or I'm sorry, with the 49ers as a backup this year. And I think that he would benefit in the system if the Dolphin system stays the same. And see, this is part of the reason why I don't want to say this quarterback would be good for us, because I don't know what we're going to have for an offensive system yet. We don't know, because we don't know what's going to happen with this coaching staff. I mean, we likely could have a complete meltdown of coaching for our team this year and a whole new set of coaches. So we'll see what ends up happening. Second down and 9 for Miami. Ball is on the 36-yard line. Ollie Gordon's in the backfield. Quinn Ewers under center. Ingold doesn't know what to do, and because of that, Ollie Gordon's going to get stopped in the backfield. That was a confusion by Alec Ingold there. Gator, you're going to hate me for saying this, but that tackle in the backfield of Ollie Gordon was on Alec Ingold specifically. He started to go in motion, got confused, put his hands up like, what do I do? And boom. I hate to give hate to Ingold because I love him so much, but Ingold biffed on that one big time. That'll bring up, man. Third down and a lot. That's all that matters. Third down and a lot. Well, I mean, you can't say highest paid fullback, because I mean, there's only like 3 in the NFL. Oh my goodness, there's only like 3 fullbacks in the NFL. Come on now. Oh boy, that's a failure on third down. Bad play call, and now we're looking at 4th and 19. Whew. 4th and 19. My goodness, that's horrible. For those who are watching tackles, Jordan Brooks sits at 9 tackles so far in this game. Quinn Ewers, 14 of 20, 1 touchdown, 1 interception, 118 yards passing. Greg Dulcich, 3 catches for 31 yards. Jalen Wright, 23 yards on 13 carries. Eesh. Not good. Not good. The Miami Dolphins have a total of 164 yards. Are you ready for the total yards thus far for the New England Patriots? Brace yourselves. 421 yards of offense for the New England Patriots. My goodness. The Miami Dolphins are down 2 turnovers to 0 against the Patriots here. New England Patriots, 20 first downs. Miami Dolphins, 12. Whew, man. New England Patriots are 4 of 5 in the red zone. Miami Dolphins are 1 of 3. And here's the kicker. Time of possession, Miami Dolphins have had the ball for 26 minutes. The New England Patriots had the ball for 22. Whew. Boy, that's rough. That's rough. Rough stats. It'll be first down for New England on their 32-yard line. I mean, you wouldn't see me complaining. Like I said, I always root for Miami to win, no matter what. I'm not going to be rooting for some kind of tank. That's not what I do. So, I mean, I would be pretty happy to see a comeback. But I mean, that's a hell of a comeback. There is always next year. You're correct. I mean, yeah, but I mean, at this point, Kosa, I mean, we don't have much this year, so all we can do right now is hope for next year to show some promise. And like I said, it doesn't have to be a huge winning season for me personally right now. I just want to see some changes made, and I want to see some improvement on the field next year. And we're not going to see any improvement without changes. What's the definition of insanity, ladies and gentlemen? Is doing the same thing over and over and over again and expecting different results. That's the definition of insanity, and that's what we've been as a team in this Chris Greer era. And that's why when Chris Greer was let go, I was immediately optimistic for the next season. And it's not going to make a big change for this year, obviously, but having some brass in the front office change, along with a couple other firings that they made in the front office, it's going to make room for something to change, something different. And that's what we should be looking for. I mean, we can't look at this and go, this season is it's not a total bust if there are changes made after the season, right? That's what I'm looking at. Is it's not a total bust if the season forces change. I'm not going to look at it as a bust, even if we're going to finish 7-10. I'm not going to look at it as a bust because it'll force change, and that's what this team needs. That's what we need. 10.5 minutes left in the fourth quarter. 38-10. Miami's losing. But we're seeing some players that we should probably keep. We're making note of it. Dulcich, Washington, Ewers. These players need to stay with the team. I'm going to stand on that. I absolutely agree. You always draft a quarterback no matter what. It doesn't matter what round. I agree 100%, Kosa. You always draft a quarterback. Every draft, pick up a quarterback. You never know. You might hit. And I think Quinn Ewers has earned a shot to start next year. I think he should be part of a competition. But you definitely, like I said last night on our stream, you have got to bring in a veteran quarterback to compete. Have to. And this is assuming Tua is not going to be part of the team. That's what you have to do. Drake May's going way deep. No one home. That'll bring up fourth down. But I agree with you, Kosa. No lies detected in that statement. Oh, yeah, that was Dobbs. I'm sorry. Dobbs is the one that went deep. He's trying to make his ball look like a rocket. Holding on the punt. My goodness. And when it rains, it pours. Miami is just getting behind and behind and more behind. While we're switching over sides here for the Dolphins and the Patriots, I just want to thank everybody for being here. Thank you, all of you, for coming in and hanging out with me. It's been a blast. All season, it's been fun. And just because the season is ending doesn't mean that I'm going to stop. Of course not. I'm not going to stop. I'm going to keep going with all the off-season shenanigans, everything that goes on, all the developments, all the changes that are about to happen, because you best believe they're going to. I'm going to be here covering it. I'm going to continue to do the therapy sessions where you guys can jump in on stream with me and we can chat it up. I'm going to continue to do the live stream at least once a week. I'm going to continue to do 2 or 3 videos a week. I stay pretty busy with this. I'm going to do a couple playoff streams, Johnny, for sure. I'm just not sure which games I'm going to cover yet. I can't cover them all. Obviously, that'd be next to impossible. I'm not Tom Grossi. I'm going to do what I can. But I'll definitely be doing a couple playoff games for sure. Definitely going to do the Super Bowl and a few other things. So, I don't know exactly when I'll be on again, but what I am going to do is I'm going to do everything I can to be on here as much as possible. And I'll try to give as much notice as I can, but I have a busy life, you know. I'm a truck driver full time. I have 4 kids and a wonderful wife and house that I take care of. So I'm pretty busy, but I will definitely be doing more, and I'll let you guys know as soon as I can and give you as much heads up as possible. Archer, thank you so much for being here, dude. I appreciate that. I absolutely was thrilled about the DDW raid. You guys are awesome, and like I said, I've been a big fan of Dudley Do Wrong for a long time, and I remember earlier this year he was looking to get into archery, and I actually messaged him about it, and we talked a little bit and gave him some advice on what to look for a bow, things like that. I'm a competitive shooter and hunter as well, so gave him as much advice as I could, and ever since then I've really invested in Dudley Do Wrong's channel. I love watching his channel as well. So it was super exciting for me to have the DDW raid go on. Thanks for being a part of it, man. Appreciate you. Another 4th down for the Dolphins, 4th and 11 at the 20-yard line. It's gonna be a rough one. I don't know if they're gonna go for it or not, but it's gonna be rough. Ewer's being chased. He's gonna tuck it and get tacked. 4th and 11, yeah, 4th and 11. That was a 3rd down play. I figured, Harcher. That's why I mentioned it. Yeah, I've been shooting since I was 4 years old. Right now, I mean, I most of my shooting is from a compound or hunting bow. Do state tournaments. I'm a certified archery instructor. I do a lot of work with kids and shooting and things like that, and I run an archery contest. Youth Hunter Education Challenge. I help with that, and I run the archery competition for that. It's a state tournament for kids. And like I said, archery has been a huge part of my life. So definitely love it. Thanks, brother. Appreciate it. I've only been doing this for a year and a half, so I'm pretty new to YouTube and streaming. So, and running a channel. It's all new to me. So, like I said, the quest for 500 is real. Not 54,000 subscribers like Dudley. But if I get to 500, I'd be really, really excited about this. It's been a blast. So that's the next one. Nice. I mean, I don't hate guns either. Just over here, I got my gun locker. That's part of the reason I live in Alaska, because I love guns. I love shooting. I love hunting. So definitely. Yep. Very fluent in both gunpowder projectiles and compound bow projectiles. Thanks, Gator. Appreciate it. It has been disappointing, but and like I always say, to end every stream, I'm not ending it right now. Obviously, we still got 7 minutes left in this game, but I always say, try to stay hopeful if you can. And I know that it's hard, especially being a Dolphins fan this year and the last few years, the last 25 years, but it is what it is. The cursed M17. Be careful with that thing. Don't take someone's eye out. Don't blow up your hand either. Oh man, whatever happened to the good old Beretta? I'm still a big fan of the Beretta. I love the M9. Oh man, I got a couple of them wholesale when they stopped using them in the military, and dude, those are great guns. Oh man. All right. Patriots with the ball at the 41-yard line. Or I'm sorry, yeah, 41-yard line. It's 4th and 1. Good grief. What a day. What a day for the Dolphins, man. I hope that this facilitates change with this team. We see some young talent, right? We do. We can't deny that. There's some definite talent on this team. They need to sift through it, and they need to recognize what we all see and the need for the positions to be covered that we do see that we notice as needing help. And you need to build right, and that's where this needs to start. Obviously, it starts with the general manager, and they've already taken that step, which is a good step. They're taking steps to bring in a good general manager to fill in and take over this team, and hopefully that general manager has a good vision, because as Dolphins fans who've been through this for so long, we've got to stick with it. I'm telling you, there's nothing beats the M9. I know a lot of people don't like them, but I mean, from my experience, the M9 it's a steel eater. It doesn't care what you feed it. A lot of people have issues taking them apart and cleaning them, putting them back together. That was one of the main issues with the military with the M9 is the complaint that it wasn't simple enough. I disagree. I find the M9 to be a fantastic pistol. Definitely. Love mine. I also love my 10 mil too. So I can't really, the thing about the 9mm pistols is up here in Alaska, if you have a 9mm and you use that as your concealed carry weapon, you run out of options for. You have to have other options for different types of situations. With a 10 mil, like what I run for most of my concealed carry nowadays, I run my 10 mil because then I can take that into the woods. That could be my bear protection as well. Bears are everywhere in the wild up here, and you definitely need protection. And anybody that says that bear spray is protection against bears, you are nuts, because in my experience, bear spray does nothing but piss off bears. So yeah, a pistol is the way to go, and something that has some kick. You definitely need some stopping power. A 10 mil is fantastic for that, and you get the right 10 mil. It's good for personal protection and concealed carry too on a daily basis. So that's true. Hey, and you know what? I know a lot of people talk smack about the high point, but those things will eat anything. My father had a high point, and I got to shoot it a few times, and I was like, man, this thing is junk. But no matter what I loaded into that gun, I swear it fired no problem. But man, those things are, not to mention, they're absolutely hideous. Exactly. Oh man, yeah, high point. It's a fantastic projectile after you run out of ammo. Oh my goodness. We got a game going on here and we're talking about guns. My goodness, what is wrong with me? Oh, that's right. It's 38-10. That's why we're talking about guns. Oh my goodness. 3rd and 9 for Miami. Ball's on the 18-yard line. 5 minutes left in the game. Yep. I saw that. Wilson is in. Nothing wrong with that. I always tell people Glocks are like the Toyota Corolla of guns. Super reliable. There's nothing wrong with the Glock. Nothing wrong. Zach Wilson for the comeback. Speaking of Zach Wilson, gets destroyed in the backfield. Goodness gracious. Oh man. 38-10, guys. It's definitely a blowout. This is a butt ripping. So hopefully some change comes from this. Letting Zachy boy finish this game up. Quinn Ewers finishes 16 of 23, 1 touchdown, 1 interception, and 137 yards passing. Man, Zach Wilson looks pretty bad. Of course, he's only gotten a couple snaps, so I mean, whatever. Theo Weiss, 44 yards on 3 catches. Not a bad game. I think you're right. I think this is sealing Mike McDaniel's fate, and if it doesn't, then I got to say I disagree with whoever decided to keep Mike McDaniel. I think it's time to move on from Mike McDaniel. And during this season, I'll be the first to admit that I've kind of been wishy-washy on this with Mike McDaniel. Of, 1 week I'm thinking, we should probably hang on to him, and then in a couple weeks I'm like, yeah, we need to get rid of him, and then I'm back to maybe we should keep him. I don't. At this point, I think that I recognize that if I'm constantly going back and forth like that, I think that it's legit time to move on from Mike McDaniel for sure. And I don't think that that's going to hurt Miami. I think that we do need to look for a different kind of coach if we are going to let go of Mike McDaniel, which means we need a more of a disciplinarian style of coach. And no, I don't think Flores was right. So I liked Flores in a lot of ways. I think that he mishandled a lot of the situation back then with Miami, and I think that he was also put in an unfair situation by the Dolphins brass. So, like I said, with all those things considered, and the fact that Flores even admitted that he handled the situations wrong, I don't think that Flores was the savior that a lot of people want to think of now. I do understand, a lot of that situation from both points, from both sides. So it is what it is at this point. But I'm not going to sit there and say, "Oh, he was our savior. We just let him go." That's not what it was. He even admits that he wasn't ready to be in the position he was in. So it is what it is. .357. There's nothing wrong with that. I tend to avoid revolvers except for safe queens. I like to have a revolver in my safe, just because they're a revolver and they're cool. But as far as bear protection goes and something like that, I think a revolver is a mistake because you're limiting yourself to 5 or 6 shots depending on what the revolver is. You're limiting yourself severely, and I don't know if you do a lot of research, with people being charged by a bear or attacked by a bear. Almost all your shots are panic shots in that situation, right? Bears are very fast, they cover ground quick, and panic shots are real in those situations. If you limit yourself to 6 shots, you're putting yourself in a severe disadvantage. There's examples and recorded history of bears charging 10, 15 feet away, and people dumping .357 rounds into their head, and the rounds don't stop the bear. So at that point, I'm thinking, with my 10 millimeter, I have 17 shots on one magazine, and that's a whole lot better than 6 shots from a .357. So from where I'm at, revolvers are awesome. They're very cool. They're super reliable. But as far as bear protection goes, the 6 shots thing concerns me greatly. But to each their own for sure. And there's nothing wrong with a .357. It's a fun round. Okay. Ain't no person going to walk away from a shot from a .357. That's for sure. Yeah, my dogs. They're bird dogs. They're hunting dogs. So whenever they think they see or hear anything, they're going to howl. They're going to bark. It's what it is. They're Britneys. They like to talk. 3 minutes left in the game. 2nd down and 9 for the Patriots. Looks like they're going to try to tack on some more points here. My dogs. I have 2 Britneys. One, she is 3 years old. Her name is Penny. And I have another Brittany who is actually a child of the other Brittany, Penny. He's a year old, and his name is Tank. I also have a blue tick coonhound, and his name is Fred. So I have 3 dogs. They are all very talkative. They love to bark and make noise. It's what they do. They didn't invite me onto their show, but I always stop in and say hey in the comments and hang out for a little while for sure. I'm good friends with Josh and Anthony. They've been a good friends of mine, and we always chat in group chat and stuff. So yeah, I'll definitely always swing over there to their show for sure. It's not a hot take at all. And like I said, 9mm is a fantastic round for personal protection. It's almost useless against bear. That's all. Big animal. And up here in Alaska, you got to think about bears when you think about personal protection, not just people. So that's the one. That's the one caveat to the 9mm is it's just not effective against a bear. That's the only thing. So most places in the world, 9mm is a fantastic a round, low recoil, and like you said, almost minimal bullet drop, high speed. So definitely not saying anything bad about 9mm for sure. Yeah, the 305 Gridiron is a fantastic channel. I love them so much. They're awesome dudes for sure. You are mistaken. Like I said, there's documented incidents of 44 mag and 357s not stopping a bear, even taking rounds to the skull. Their skull is so incredibly thick. It does hurt them, but a lot of times more shots with a 10 mil will do better defending yourself against a bear for sure. Yeah. I don't own any 7 mil. I don't own any 7 mil. As far as hunting rifle goes, I run I'm pretty much standard on a 30-06 and a 30-30. Those are what I run. As far as hunting rifles go, I love Aussie Shepherds. I love those dogs. Those are great dogs. Fantastic dogs. The big thing with bears is you just have to think, if something is charging you that big, you really need to put a lot of rounds on target very fast. Not just one well placed shot. It ain't going to do it no matter where you hit them. Six five Creedmoor is really good for like deer hunting. But for big game, like in Alaska, we don't have a whole lot of deer. We have caribou, which are very large deer, and we have moose. 6.5 Creedmoor is pretty ill advised to use for moose, and I wouldn't really want to use it against a caribou either. Caribous are a lot larger than a standard deer. They're more along the size of elk, maybe a little smaller than an elk. But 6.5 is a good round. I don't. A lot of people hate the 6.5, but the 6.5 is fantastic for deer hunting. Absolutely. Dude, a greyhound. Those dogs are awesome. They're so cool looking. Patriots are in the victory formation here. 38 seconds left. This game is pretty much over, guys. The New England Patriots, it says 6 seasons with 14 plus wins. That is the most in NFL history. That's quite a stat. That is quite a stat. Good grief. And that's the game, ladies and gentlemen. 38-10. Miami Dolphins take the L and go to 7-10 for the season. Patriots go to 14-3, and the Patriots look like they are going to take the second seed. Denver is still up 16-3 against the Chargers with 2 minutes and 26 seconds left in that game. So likely we're going to see Denver as the number 1 seed and the Patriots as the number 2 seed. And what is that going to do for us? What is that going to do? Let's see here. I'm curious. Let me pull this up. I believe that would be 5. I own you. I think that's 5. 5 of those have Brady as a part of it. Let me see here. I'm going to try to find. Let me get this up. Okay. Pull up my good old Pro Football Network playoff predictor. Buffalo won 35-8 against the Jets. It's about the same score as we just had. All right, let me see if I can present this screen here. And that'll be, there we go. All right, so with that, let's see here. Denver gets the win. Patriots get the win. Assuming Denver hangs on and wins that game against the Chargers. And let's see here. Let's get these other ones written in for how they're going. Let's see. What are we at here? Las Vegas is beating Kansas City right now. My goodness. What is the world coming to? Philadelphia win that game. I want to make this as accurate as possible. 9 seconds left, 16-16, Detroit and Chicago. What a fantastic game that is. I'm going to go ahead and say Chicago wins that game, but that could change. It's not really going to affect the AFC, but all right, so that should do it. I gotta pick this Baltimore-Pittsburgh game too. There we go. All right. So looking at that, the Denver Broncos take the number 1 seed in the AFC. The Patriots are number 2. Jaguars take number 3. And Pittsburgh would get the number 4 seed if they beat Baltimore on Monday night. Let's see. Chargers take the 7 seed. The Bills get the 6 seed. And with that, the Patriots will play the Chargers most likely. The Jaguars will face off against the Bills. Ooh, that's going to be a good game. Steelers and Texans. And then over in the NFC, you're looking at the Bears and Packers. What a great matchup that's going to be too. Eagles and Niners. All these matchups I'm intrigued by. Man, that's going to be interesting to see. This is going to be a great playoff, guys. It's going to be a good playoff picture. I can't wait to see it. Exciting. Too bad the Dolphins aren't a part of it, right? Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for being here. I know that this season has not resulted in given the results that we would want as Dolphins fans, but it is what it is. All we can hope for now is some change, and I don't think it's going to take long for those changes to start happening. Things are going to start rolling very quickly here, and they're going to have to because we have to hire a GM, and we have to hire a coach most likely. These things are going to happen quickly. So let's just keep our ears to the wind, ears to the ground, and listen and wait. Things are going to happen quickly. I'll make sure to cover it as soon as we have developments. Even when I'm in Mexico, I'll make sure to do a couple of streams if I have to, whatever it takes to keep you guys informed and keep talking about stuff. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Make sure if you're new, please subscribe. Think about throwing a like down. Share the channel with your friends. Thank you so much for being here, guys. I appreciate it. Stay up. Stay hopeful if you can. And fins up.